Thank you so much, sir, for this insightful session. As a as a part of our gratitude and appreciation, I request Dr. Sridevi Garu to kindly come forward and present a memento to our esteemed speaker. Now I would like to invite Mr. Nagaprasad Garu for the session of regulatory complaint.
Good afternoon. My name is Nagaprasad. I am in industry since 1987 and worked in the industry up to 2000. 13 years I have industry experience in various departments, production, quality control, quality assurance and other departments. And I moved into regulatory, that is, I worked for a US company 10 years. And I have started my own company in 2010, 15 years old company. So I can say in regulatory, nearly about 1,000 products registered, not submitted, registered. I have experience that only of those years I have prepared. And I have my own product registrations in various countries, nearly about 50 products. And I am giving services like plant designs. And in India, I have completed 3 plants. In abroad, 4 plants, total 7 plants, all are greenfield projects. And I am giving training to the VAPC and regulatory trainings. And apart from that, we have a software company also. From that, we are developing the softwares for the pharma industry. So, which are very useful for the using in the technical way. So, this is my experience. So, related to the regulatory, there is so much of things are there to say. For exports, those who are coming into the newly, they can start with the APIs and any finished, semi-finished dosage forms immediately, because there is no such requirement, registrations and other things. For the non-regulatory countries, semi-regulatory countries, they can do. For the regulatory countries, you have to wait to go for the DMFs and other things, and it is very difficult. Like difficult means you have to wait such a time, 1 year or 1.5 years. 2 years like this, then only you can export. Okay, this is the main point. And formulation related to these things, you have to wait some time for the getting registrations. Some of the things are available with the NOC products. That NOC products you can start immediately by getting the NOC from the DCG. Then you can export that one. Okay. So second thing is that company should have a GMP, minimum WHO GMP. Some of the countries, minimum WHO GMP is required, and apart from that, if you have a good other accreditations like any other countries' accreditations, then you go for semi-regulatory countries, and fully regulatory countries also is there. Whether you have a manufacturing facility or not, it is no material. So if you have the product and in your hand from the regulatory countries approval manufacturing unit, you can sell your product in US and Europe also. So that is the thing. So if you are going to get the less regulatory countries like Myanmar, Cambodia, some of the other Asian countries are there, only just you need to have the WGMP. Then you go for the registration of your product. Maybe you will get the registration in 9 months to 1.5 years, 2 years time by putting your own money or else buyer's money. It is dependent upon the requirement. Some of the life-saving drugs will be there. Without registrations also we can sell the product. So first thing is that focus with which country we need to go and what is the muscle power with us to register the product or not. Yeah, whether the registration is going to be taken by us or ourselves. It is dependent upon the interest of the seller. So once you have to find the which country I want to go for the sell the product. In that country, what are the prices prevailing, and based on that you can justify yourself and go starting work on that. So immediately you can start the work. So in this way you can do the business immediately. Any other things, registration part, it is a time taken one, but you can ask the questions. So it is just information only, you can ask.
Sir, I have a question. As like writing insurance for the finished formulation, they actually wanted it in Europe, so UGMP is certified. I have a question for me, I don't know if you limited or not. So can you please throw some light on the reach, where exactly the reach requirement?
You have the manufacturing facility of UGMP?
No.
No.
It's a GMP compliance.
So EU complies, but you have to go for the compliance. GMP, EU GMP is required.
Okay.
So then you go for the registration in the Europe. Which country you want to sell your product? any other country, like any other country. So in that country, what are the GMPs requirement? That from that country you have to get the GMP from there. Okay. Suppose I want to go for the Denmark. So Denmark is the country, and they have to audit our facility. Then you will get the certification. Otherwise, you can go for the PICS. If it is the PICS countries, once you get the PICS countries approval, you can sell your product in 27 countries without getting any of the other countries GMPs. Okay. So once you have the PICS GMP, then you can sell your product in 27 countries without any GMP from specific countries GMP. Okay. Then you go for the cellular product. Okay. That way you can sell your product.
No, my question is reach REACH.
So reach is the general guidelines to follow the manufacturing process. Reach guidelines. It is related to the APIs and other things. You have to get that, like just like EHS and other things are there, right? Like this reach guidelines. Reach guidelines, based on the reach guidelines, your manufacturing has to do all the things based on that particular guideline only. It is not related to the any European countries GMP like this.
One more question. Is it product specific or quantity specific?
No, see, related to the manufacturing or export.
So it is mentioned the reach accreditation requires. If I wanted to know my product.
Reach accreditation is the one thing. That is just like GLP, GXP, like this. Okay. Reach accreditation is the particular thing only. But some of the countries they will ask, right? So this product should come from the reach accreditation company, right? So in this way, not particularly for the UGMP. UGMP is somewhat different. You can sell their products anything. But some of the countries they are specific on the reach guidelines. If you are following the reach guidelines, they will audit the facility and give the reach certificate. Then you can sell your product on the particular country, not for other countries.
Got it, sir.
Okay.
Pharma itself person is Pharma itself. I mean,
And asking, is it sorry?
Pharma is the-
They are having some other program.
Are you
They
going to?
say- Yeah, we don't know, but they said they will be reaching here by 12:30. Again, I have to check.
Okay. So you were asking about the pharma. Okay, I got it. Any other things like you can ask so that I can give the reply. It's okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful presentation on regulatory compliance. Your valuable guidance and practical perspective have been truly informative and will greatly benefit our participants. We sincerely appreciate your time and contributions. With that, we come to our lunch break. We invite all our guests and delegates to please join us for lunch. We request everyone to back in the hall by 2 p.m. as our interactive Q&A section with all the consultants team will begin right after. Thank you.
India is there, and we have Stand Up India is there, which is established and doing well business. In between, there is something called Stuck Up India. All MSMEs majorly fall into this Stuck Up India. They all got stuck, and mostly the entrepreneurs, either from pharma sector or any other sector, they are very passionate and have an opportunity to be an entrepreneur and want to grow. If you get into the metrics, like we are talking about MSME growth, we have 9.4 crores MSMEs. And there is a different perspective of how do you perceive MSME word. Micro, small, medium enterprises, out of 9.6 crores or whatever it is, 9.20 crores are micro. Anybody with one person, individual, whoever has started any small business, including whatever he is doing, they are all listed as a micro. So this word has to be considered differently and give a priority to the specific to the sector people, specific to the positioning what they have. Then there is the success ratio in MSME will enhance. This is one thing, and there are a lot of initiative government does. But I will come to the DNA of our Indian business, like where we are lacking, how we are not able to produce more number of companies. Okay, out of 9.6 crore MSMEs, we have only 8,000 companies listed in stock exchange. And there is something called as SMB stock exchange also has come up. Many of the people didn't approach, only 650 companies are there. There are opportunities, there is the structures, but definitely the problem is that what we are learning is from the historical learnings, which was the success model. What happened in Hyderabad from 61 to 75 IDPL, 75 to 85 to 90, the growth of Ready Laboratories and various other companies, and then we have grown to by 2015-20, we have grown as an ecosystem. Probably we are contributing 30 billions exports from here. Still, we are 40% of India, we are doing 40% exports to US, but there is a lot more can be done provided we bring a lot of transformational approach thinking, leaving the historical success. The biggest problem is that everybody come and talk about the conventional structure systems, how it is going. Unfortunately, the future is going very fast. The people who strike a balance between the historical success or conventional methods and who learn what is going to be there in the future, these are the people who are going to be the new age entrepreneurs. Take it pharma, take it IT, take it retail or any other industry vertical. So now, the way you approach business as also, I emphasize more, my TEDx was on the contextual prioritization of sales in the technology world. And one more precedent of, because of we are a highly populated country, I will go to the subconscious marketing and the cognitive biases of the people, how they have framed entrepreneurship. They have seen that yes, these people have these steps and I will also do the same thing and I will jump into that. It was happening till there is in business or in business development, supply and demand. These two are very important. When the supply is low, demand is high, any kind of an approaches, a bit moderately also, you innovate, invent and you launch a product, there is an adoption for that. But as you grow from 61 ecosystem to 2026 ecosystem in pharma, in Hyderabad alone, there is a high level of supply. Okay, when supply and demand, when supply grows and demand declines, there should be an attitude change in the entrepreneurs, how they are doing their business. There should be a lot of market research is required, and I say I work with a lot of startup companies, I mentor many ideas. Entrepreneur life is short-lived if he has not taken right decisions, right time, right approaches, he has not addressed the right markets. So now we are going in the era of globalization. Lot of trade agreements are happening. It is something becoming like protectionism. US is trying to protect their own fraternity. India, BRICS and all those people trying to protect their own fraternity. Now, even we are in Hyderabad, in any small place, we should aim and think about global business opportunity. Now, within available purview of competition, with available capitalistic approach, how we will be able to bring up a model, how we go to the global. There are a lot of markets are opening up. Africa is opened up, Middle East. There are a lot of markets are opened up because of the globalization, because of the protectionism. Something good happening in our country because of our Prime Minister. He has done a lot of agreements, trade agreements with various countries. We have the largest European Union agreement which has been done. So, unlike earlier, the process is going to be a bit easy, but the priority of product, creating a product is 80% in the, especially in India also, you look at South Indian minds. You look at all are fully emphasized on the innovation, invention, product and everything. They try to bring it something, an additional kind of a impact. They put in a lot of effort and they say, I have a great product and let people buy my product, and they feel that they have to buy their product. Okay, these are all good in the when demand is there, high demand is there. When the demand declines, definitely there is going to be a approach of bringing efficiencies of how you are going to the market, how you are opening up your specific product opportunity, and I will bring in like some of the best practices from IT into the other businesses. We have something called MVP, minimum viable product, which is the basic kind of a, which will impress upon the investors and the consumers and them. And this is always limited to the minimum viable product only. Somebody was asking about pricing. Pricing is a big section in business development, in Master Business Administration. Pricing is going to change specific to the deal, specific to the competition, specific to the my financial positioning. I have been funded $10 million, I am in a deal, I don't mind taking margin. I want to conquer the market opportunity with that opening model of breaking with zero profit, but I want to explore within 1 year. There is so many millions of dollars. That is my strategy. So pricing doesn't have a specific value. It's all dynamic, which an entrepreneur has to dynamically learn. So now the demand for business side of acumen. We have two segments. If you look at the business, we distribute into two models. One is product, another one is prospect. We lived, all of us still now, we are living on the product side of it. Okay, that was enough to sustain in, like whoever launched in 85, 90s, like early 80s and all that, it was enough to take off and go and address the demand. But now people need to be more understanding what are their capabilities in terms of going to the prospect. Prospect is market. Market means there are a lot of dynamics. You need to identify which market. Luckily, when we started, we didn't have all that opportunities. We were with various companies. I was with HCL and Salesforce, which is one of the topmost CRM company, customer relationship company. These were all like, we have very limited access to the information. Today, you can generate using artificial intelligence. Where exactly you position with your kind of a product, features, functionality, and what it is serving, and which market potential is how much, to an extent of what was the last deal happened in that country at what price, and who has done it. Okay. So if you start inclining technology learnings towards enhancing your business, how many people are there here with business development kind of a practice? You are involved in business development, all of you? Okay. So this part of other side, product side, there is no doubt. We come from a innovation kind of a place. Here every individual can an innovator. But the problem is there is adoption for innovation. There is something called the diffusion of innovation theory. I use this word. In India, we are having very less innovation adoption. Okay? Where innovation adoption is not there, how innovator will become successful? In US, highest innovation adopters are there. We have called early adopters, majority adopters, and then laggards. There is a system. We have highest laggards because we don't want to take in terms of a specific risk. So when you are launching a new product or a new thing, that is something to do with innovation, then how do you enhance innovation adapters should be the key challenge. Even we have startup ecosystem, we have huge thing, we are going at a 93% failure ratio. The reason for this is the same thing. They do a lot of inventions and there is no immediate quick adapter. I don't name the hospital, they have paid some 500 crores to a political party, but they don't want to spend for a small innovation for their own advertising model, 20 lakhs. But still, established people, the stand-up India are not going to touch because they are very comfortable. Okay? Startup India, there are 20,000 crores, somehow they are having a VC ecosystem. They will go here and there, generate some revenue. Otherwise also all answers, that is different. But everything comes to the MSME, which is 60% of the Employment it generates almost 40% GDP contribution we do, and the only segment which is even pumping a lot of support to the large companies, MSMEs, and that's where it is from the industry, from government. A lot of initiatives are there. There is something called Telangana Industrial Health Clinic Limited, which we were a little part of initial conversations, that we wanted to put it as a predictive model and preventive model. Then that once like company collapsed, it has gone to the kind of a model where you wanted to do a post-mortem, then that you really identify whether this potential are there before they get into the business or when they are going into the scale-up stage, and from there handhold and support. All the preventive, predictive things are possible now. And when it comes to pharma, there is one great thing is happening. I have written a small article on nectar of longevity. Okay. In India, we have మన మైథాలజీలో మనము అమృతం ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసాం. All of our రాక్షసులు, they have a sagar mathanam, and first we got Kamdenu, Kalpateru, and then we got a bowl of nectar. Now, if you look at the contextual thing, the industry moved from cure, not I am saying moved, but it is moving from cure to the preventive and predictive models. Next to 4-5 years, because of the so much of research is happening, because of so much of outcomes what they are bringing, in terms of each ailment, how it is affecting, from where it is affecting, capturing the well in advance, there is going to be the medicines which are going to address. Now we are going for cure. After we receive something, then we are going for cure. But it is going to be, you don't have anything, but still you have a pill kind of a situation is going to be there, not more than next 5 years. And when you have multiple pills amalgamated and put it in a ball and you consume after 10 years, that is going to enhance your longevity, kind of a direction we are moving in, how the technology is shaping up. So considering all this, being MSMEs, very, very tough, but within given point of time, when globalization is happening, the word which I said is that sit and do a lot of market research. At this given point of time, I am going to a specific party and talking and giving proposal and negotiating, I am not getting margin. At the same time, what is the right place where I can position myself? And everybody will come and stuck at one place, is that finance and the operational cost to grow. Everybody has, anybody can come and say that you go global, you do other things. There are a lot of opportunities provided to build that prospect side of approaches, where you reach out a lot of consulting agencies, consultants who have huge networks who are working globally, and the agencies like how the specific model of TGTPC, their deliverables, if you look at market access, I am talking more about market access, you have to spend a lot of time, means almost equivalent time to the product, how much emphasis you are giving, you have to give it to the prospect, which prospect I am going to work, and where is the high margin is there. We all worked on 2 models called bottom line and top line. Sometimes you have to do cost to cost to get the market or customer for a repeat business, because by breaking into that account, which is called account management, breaking into that account, you will generate over a period of time large amount of business where you will have a bottom line. But if you try to make money, like earlier pricing discussion was going on, if you want to make money in the early stage where there is a lot of competition is there, still you want to protect your margin. I am a funded guy, I have $10 million in my account, I don't mind taking break-even cost and supply it, and then next deal I want to make more money because I am already inside the account and understand where to make money. So there are a lot of business dynamics are there. That's why I am saying there are a lot of emphasis on business learnings and positioning, and beyond banks and non-banking finance companies, there are a lot of private individuals want to invest, provided you spend more on documentation. Now a lot of our companies, including our vaccine company, got delayed for an approval of our vaccine because of the approach of non-spend onto the documentation. We have to be very aggressive and spend heavily with the global consultants who are really having a great expertise of getting compliances. Let it be 50,000 more, a lakh of rupees more, but get the proper document so that you go next level anytime for any country or anything. It is easily pursuable. And if you try to restrict on that money and okay, I'm getting an affordable documentation cost, and that will have a long-term repercussion on any of the opportunity you are going to address. There are so many changes that happened the way we pursue business, and if you start looking at future, means what lies in, earlier it was not required. Till 2020, I believe it was not required. Just go through the historical best practices and start following it. But unfortunately, the elephant in the room, AI is there, and AI is changing every walk of life. There are a lot of tools are available. Research jumping from the manufacturing practices to the IoT, Internet of Things, which is going to be a device level model with the big data, with information access. You can change your terminology and approach and start talking. You can also capture the opportunities across the globe and start talking to somebody in Africa, Swaziland kind of a country, or some country where Uganda, you don't know, start talking to that individual for the opportunity and start positioning, and everything your reflection, because it's all kind of a model of online. Every reflection is that how you documented and how you presented. So efficiencies in the business process level, from opening, from demonstrating capabilities of your company, and obtaining commitment that you should deal with my organization because I have so much of kind of an expertise and capabilities. How you are obtaining commitment, this is something DNA thing. It's not everybody's bet. Somebody who is very good at building trust always is required to. This third step is very key in business acquisition. And then the closers. The closer techniques are very important. So I'm getting more into the business side of it because product you all master, you understand what is product, how you are innovating, where is your market positioning, what percentage of business is available, what is the competition, what is the pricing, and what dynamics you need to do at that part. But bringing efficiencies, writing a process for your business, creating a block diagrams, and following that. This efficiency is required at opening level. This is the process step after I trigger a first conversation with my prospect. Or if you are with B2B models, there are a lot of business dynamics we have been taught in the market for mitigate what is in it for him, who is the decision maker. There is a decision maker, there is a influencer, there is a key decision maker, there is a user, there is a purchase individual. You should have a pitching model when you are talking to key decision makers, certain verbiages which you need to use. When you are talking to a user, you need to use different kind of words. When you are with a purchase department to crack your deal out, you need to have a different verbiage. These are all the business learnings are required. Otherwise, we are all set for I have a great product and it is automatically having some market share, and I go here and there and some market it will attract. And because of this change is happening in business, people are accessing opportunity information sitting somewhere in Vietnam. I think you see Vietnam is growing, Bangladesh is growing in terms of pharma. They are getting into much of competition, and various other countries they are getting into it. They are able to access opportunities and they are presenting well. So we look at this junction as the globalization is happening. Now there is nothing like you look at local because you will be living in a very competitive environment, and until unless you have deep packets, so you should quickly look at like how I expand and how I mitigate these external funding models. There should be a business development efforts for the specific efforts. Only sales efforts were there earlier. Now there is a specific investor efforts are required continuously meeting, identifying who will be the similar DNA people who want to join here and do a kind of a model, and market is there. Market potential is there, business growth opportunities are there, margins are there. Everything is stuck because of the learnings. Just to unlearn 50% of the historical things and 50% you bring from the futuristic transformation thing what it is happening, and then it is going to be a right approach, right project, and you crack one good deal, you move to the next level, and then your perception is different, addressal mechanism is different, and your aspirations in terms of turnover is different. So all these are in the business side of approaches. For your specific, I'm not an industry guy for specific industry, pharma, but there is a lot of opportunities are emerging in terms of drug discoveries using artificial intelligence, and there are these quality practices using artificial intelligence, getting certifications using the tools, all that are emerging. Probably I think you all look at the perspective of mostly what happening on the future side of it and add those things into your current approaches, which will give a better kind of a model to you. This is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much.
Any questions?
Any questions you have, you can ask.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jagadeesh, for your insightful and inspiration session. We sincerely appreciate your valuable thoughts on the impact of artificial intelligence and global business trends. As a token of our gratitude and appreciation, I may request Dr. Sridevi Garu to kindly come forward and present a brief memento to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Divakar Singh Garu. And I also request to come forward Mr. Nagaprasad Garu to receive the brief memento. I request Sridevi Garu to please present the brief memento to Mr. Nagaprasad Garu. This floor is now open for questions. Kindly raise your hand if you have any queries on and require any clarification. As we conclude today's stakeholder meeting, I sincerely thank all digitally speakers, officials, MSMEs and participants for your valuable presence and active participation. We wish you safe journey home. Thank you. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you.